welcome back to the headquarters for the Vendée Globe here in Les Sables d'Olonne. We are back. It's day number 80. Well, did you miss us? We've been away for a few days. It's been blowing its bits off here in Les Sables d'Olonne, so unfortunately we've had to miss a few live shows. But anyway, we're back. We're waiting for Bobo. We're waiting for Boris Herrmann, who should be in at some point this evening, but it's all a little bit of a movable feast at the moment. Same too with Sam Davis. After that, Roman Attanasio is out on his own. He's making good progress just north of the Azores. But after that, there's this group of 8 boats, all super close together. I think there's 260 miles between 15th and 22nd. It's going to be a sprint for the finish. And once again, we're going to have a super, super busy finishes with them. Now then, my guest today is Sam Manuard, naval architect, designer, and the initiator really of the scow bows in the Imoca class. So Sam, how are you? How are you enjoying this race?
Hi guys. Yes, I'm feeling pretty good, and watching the race so far has been very, very interesting.
How's it compared to what you expected and were hoping for?
Well, there was different case. Like if you look at the first 3 guys and the rest of the leading pack, it was really super interesting to see that this was a very, how should I say, typical Vendée Globe, where if you can get a small edge in speed, it could give you a very big advantage in the end. And so there was probably a couple of moments that were really, really crucial during that race. And the first 3 could push really hard at those specific moments. And as a consequence, they put themselves in a very good position, sailing longer in better conditions. And that opens to them some huge opportunities. And they had such a great return on the Atlantic. It was fantastic to see them blowing the record.
And how do you evaluate the performance of your boats in particular then? You had a good race with Jeremy Bayou.
Yeah, sure. Jeremy Bayou was not within those 3 that have relatively favorable conditions. Maybe because he missed some of those key moments. He was slightly further back and slightly slower, and that put him in conditions that were a bit more unstable, a bit more difficult, and he had to do a lot of jibes in not a steady wind, and the Atlantic was not so easy in the way that the systems were going one after the other. So for sure, it was a bit more of a challenge for the guys from 3rd to the actual group of Samantha Davis, basically Boris Herrmann and Samantha.
So we're just waiting for them. Sam, I'll come back to you in a few seconds because we do have Jingkun Xu, our Chinese skipper, who is on board the Xingqian. And it is, of course, Chinese New Year, which is in the throes of celebrating. Jackie, how are you? Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm fine.
How is it being at sea for New Year?
Yeah, the condition is nice. From last day, the weather is really good. And blue sky, blue water, and middle of wind, everything's right. Yeah.
And how does it feel to be celebrating New Year at sea?
Yeah, you know, yesterday I take a shower and cut my hair and change new clothing and open my Spring Festival gift bags. And also, you know, I make some dumpling. Yeah, I make 6-piece dumpling for my dinner. Yeah.
How lovely. And tell us,
yeah, it's really lovely. Yeah.
It's the year of the snake. What does that mean for us?
The snake. Yeah, you know, this year is snake's year. So snake in China called a little dragons. So in ancient time, Chinese people believed that snakes were highly spiritual animals with mysterious. So my Chinese animal sign is the snake. So this year is my animal birth year. According to tradition, people wear red socks and red clothes during their animal year to bring good luck and stay safe.
So you have some red socks, do you?
Yeah, of course. I already take red socks. Yeah.
And do you have them on?
Huh?
Are you wearing them just now, your red socks?
Yeah, I just wear last day, but now I didn't wear it because you know it's too wet, too hot on the boat. You know.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it. And do you make resolutions the same way as we do in the Anglo-Saxon world, where you make things that you want to do in 2025?
Yeah. For the, you know, I didn't think about what I must be to do in the 2025. But you know, in Chinese, we believe the peace and the safety are a blessing. So during a spring festival, the most important holiday, we mainly wish for our family and friends to be safe and healthy in the new year. I think with good health and safety, everything else will naturally go well. Yeah.
That you missed your family particularly today?
Yeah, I take some FaceTime to the family last night. Yeah.
And how are they?
Yeah, you know, this is a big festival in China. You know, the family, everybody in the home make really good food, make a dumpling, drink a good wine, and watching TV. Yeah, it's a really good moment.
And is this the first time that you've celebrated New Year afloat on your boat or in a race?
No, not the first time. I think this is several time. But this year is really special because this is in the Vendée Global. You know, it's really hard racing and really bad condition most of the time. So I think it will be a very, very important memory in my head.
And it's so nice of you to share it with us. Did you wish Ollie here, your near neighbour, have you wished him Happy New Year?
Not yet, because it's so far. I think my WeChat video can't work now. So, but if I catch Oliver, I will be say something.
You can wish him Happy New Year through us. So a special message for Ollie. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year for everybody.
Fantastic. And how's your race going otherwise? You look happy. You've got a little bit of wind now.
Sorry, speak again.
I said, how is the race? How are you getting on?
Yeah, the race, you know, just a few days ago is a hard moment. I must be climbed 3 times to the master head to release my hook and big janitor. But everything is fine now. So the boat condition is come back to the 100%. The weather is good, so everything is smoothly. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great to speak with you, and we'll be waiting for you in Les Sables d'Olonne in a few weeks' time.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. Bye.
Well, there we go. Jingkun Xu, our Chinese skipper, enjoying the festivities on board his boat. Sam Manuard, Chinese New Year on board the Vendée Globe. It's something new.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's amazing to see this guy sailing the Vendée Globe. He's doing really good, I think, and I really enjoy watching his video.
It- give us a little bit of an evaluation of the other boats. We're waiting for Sam Davis to come in. She's not had the best of races.
Yeah, she's in very tough conditions, and she decided to play it safely, which is probably good in her position because she doesn't have a lot to lose, basically. So she's being very cautious in the arrival, and yeah, it looks pretty tricky at the moment, huh?
What's Sam like to work with in particular?
What do you mean?
What is she like to work with as a sailor and as an individual?
Um, I'm not sure what you're asking for.
Sam Davis. I'm just asking, how is it working with Sam? She's an engineer.
Oh yeah. Oh, Sam Davis and his team actually they're really fantastic to work with. For the couple of years we've been launching the boat and and discussing the performance of the boat and all that, and it has been a very good relationship between myself and Sam and all his team. It has been really good.
What's the next evolution in terms of your designs for a future Vendée Globe skipper? What would you expect to be improving on or changing in terms of the hulls and the foils?
I guess it's an ongoing development, and what we see is that this Vendée Globe showed very well that to put yourself in a good position regarding the weather forecast and regarding the competition, you need to be able to go super fast in some key moments. And so having that ability to go super fast is really important. It's mandatory. So we'll be working on that. And going super fast means also uh, being able to handle the, and I'm talking from the skipper point of view, being able to handle the movement on the boat, the violence of the shocks with the sea, etc. So I think this is somewhere where we can all improve a bit, and definitely the goal is to go is to be able to go at those high speed for a long duration of time.
So that's about the living conditions inside the cell, as it were. Is it in particular? Is there design elements as well?
Sure, but it involves as well the hull shape, and it involves as well the foils and the position of the foil, etc. So it's not only a question of, for example, installing a seat on with a suspension. No, it's not only that. It's a much broader uh, thing. Is that from every aspect of the boat you can make the boat slightly easier and slightly more efficient in those conditions.
Sam, I'm coming back to you in just a few seconds. Alan Rura's at the front of, or near the front of this next big group coming in. He's on great form. He's got a fast boat, and he's coming into the best conditions. And this is Alan Rura earlier on today.
It's really cool. We're all together now. We are pretty close to each other. I was sailing all day yesterday with Isabel, and it's a new start, which is stressful actually because it's gonna be. I mean, everybody's gonna push hard till the end, so that's stressful. But that's part of that Vendée Globe. I mean, it was like this all the way, so that's cool.
And you've got a fast boat, though.
Got a fast boat downwind, so normally I've got all my chance. I'm pushing hard right now. I'm doing 18, 20 knots average, so that's cool. And yeah, I mean, I got to play till the end. I'm trying to do my best to be top 15, but I want to sail as fast as I can, enjoying, because that's the last 5 days at sea. and you never know if you're going to come back on that race. So it's just for you to enjoy the last bit, and it's going to be some tough condition at one point. So we will have to be careful with the boat and the sea state. Well, now we've got right now 18 knots of wind, downwind. The wind is quite shifting in angle. That's going to be coming up to 20 knots till tomorrow, which will push us to the Azores. We'll have a jibe to do at one point today. And then it's going to be more or less 25, 30 knots of wind, downwind, and then reaching. And then we've got the front behind us that's going to push us. So we've got a cool sea state at one point, and then it's going to be a mess. So we will have to play with this. And then on the Gascogne, we don't know what will happen. The weather forecast, the American or the French, they're not. They don't say the same thing. So we'll see what will happen for the last day on the Gascogne. But yeah, normally 5 days, so that's pretty cool.
You think Donald Trump has messed up the American models?
Hate that guy.
Anyway, listen, and what about your chocolate? You're still having one piece a day?
Yeah, I've got even less than I've got one left. And that's a mess. That's a mess. I've got no more chocolates, no more candies. It's time to arrival.
So focusing on the next group coming in, well, first of all with Roman Attanasio, who's very much out on his own. This is a Roman here just to the northwest of the Azores. He's connecting with this next cold front, but has a little ridge of high pressure. He's just bumping into that. Behind him, this group of 8 boats. This is really going to be a speed race for them. Not really too much in terms of options for them. It's just going to be a case of connecting with the low pressure system and indeed the next one for them. So watching, as I say, Roman now coming into the stronger southerly breezes, just pushing into the back of the ridge, but all the time it should be fairly straightforward for Roman. He will have to come a little bit to south of east and make his jibe, and then he should go straight in. Boats behind, as I say, connecting with the front with the low pressure, and then also coming in. So generally very much a speed test for the second group coming in behind Roman. Otherwise, looking at the South Atlantic, and indeed Antoine Cornic just across the equator, coming up to the equator in generally fairly light southeasterlies, not so established trades for him, and also quite an active doldrums. Otherwise, here is Jingkun Xu and Dutreux in the southeasterlies, quite good southeasterly trades for them. Further back, still a little bit complicated for the 2 boats behind Fabrice Amadeo and Denis van Veenberg, but quite a long climb up for them, up to the semi-permanent cold front for them. That's still to come. So that's the weather as of today. So there we go, that's the weather. Now, Sam, tell us, are the boats becoming more polyvalent, as it were, with the influence of the ocean race and other races, or are we still boats specific to the Vendée Globe?
That's a good question. I think the autopilots are really good. Nevertheless, I have the feeling that in some conditions, marginal foiling, basically, a helm could be quite efficient. So definitely the ocean race configuration could be designed around the fact that in some conditions you're gonna drive a bit the boat more efficiently than actually what we can do on the Vendée Globe boat. I think for the Vendée Globe, I really like the small cockpits, the small environment, so you have everything within reach. Whereas definitely on the ocean race, you could extract a bit more of performance if you're able to fly the boat a bit more efficiently, especially in the marginal conditions.
Anyway, come back to you in a few seconds, Sam. This is Benjamin Dutreux, who we caught up with. He's been back and forwards to La Rochelle since finishing, coming into his hometown, into Les Sables. We caught up with him just yesterday morning, and this is Benjamin Dutreux. So, Benj, 10th in the Vendée Globe. How do you feel about your result?
Wow, what I feel about the result, I don't know. I'm just happy to be here and to have finished the race, and the result is for sure very good for us. I'm happy with that. But I know to have a result for the Vendée Globe in first, you need to finish it. So that is done, and the result is just a plus. What I can add to the curriculum vitae, you know.
But you have 2 good results now back to back. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, sure. That is important because we are a small team and we work a lot and with some difficulties sometimes in our preparation during the last 3 years. So I'm very happy to come back with a good result because that just show to everybody we are in the game and we can push and we can be a good sports team. So I'm happy with that because I think we are the first small team in the top 10, and that is important for me because that can create some dream for some young people to begin to start the Vendée Globe with a small budget.
And an older boat again. What's the secret? How do you manage to do so much with a small budget and go so fast?
I think that the main word is passion. We are a team with a small experience, with a lot of people with small experience, but a lot of passion and a lot of work. And I trust in every time in my team to have a good preparation. And I have no secret because everybody have to follow his way, you know. And we have followed our way, and that work at this moment, and we are happy with that. But that not work every time. So for us, for example, Ocean Race was a difficult race, but that make us stronger than before. And I'm happy to come back with our main goal, Vendée Globe, good result now. I'm happy with the team for the team, for the sponsors, because it was 3 long years of preparation.
What was it like going to La Rochelle? Unexpected.
Yeah, because we are just happy to share with everybody. So we go in La Rochelle. Probably we will go another place after. We don't know. For sure, with the EV condition here in Les Sables d'Olonne, we are happy to have some surfing spot here in Les Sables d'Olonne. But for sure, when the conditions are heavy, the entry of the harbor is very hard with the big waves. So we have took the decision to go to La Rochelle because you have l'île de Ré and Oléron who protect the harbor. So we are now we were going to La Rochelle, and I have a big what I said just before. The last time we have a problem, we were arrived in Halifax in Canada when we have this mass during the Ocean Race. We just arrived with a small team and hello. But I just think about that and I say okay, I will arrive in La Rochelle with only my team. But when I arrived, a lot of people were here, and it was a crazy moment, a lot of emotion. Because after the race of the Vendée Globe, I have passed one night in 60 knots and 6 meters of waves just in front of La Rochelle, and it was a big moment of cheering with the team, with the sponsors, with the people I don't know who were here at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think the Vendée Globe can add some moments you can't expect, and this one, it was one.
It's all about expecting the unexpected.
Exactly.
But just talk to us about your race itself. What phases were you happiest with, and where did you find it hardest?
Where I find the hardest, I don't really know. I think every time you have an hard moment, you try to be stronger at this hard moment. But probably the strongest for me was when I have a lot of water in the boat because the problem of the keel ram, and I have think the race is over during a few seconds, before your brain begin to start and to find some solutions. But that was a very hard time, sure. But I'm happy. And the other strongest time was probably Clarisse, because we push each time together since before Cap Horn.
And you were talking all the time, or?
Yeah, sure. Just to say, be brave, but push, and just want to be in front of the others. But it was a crazy moment, and I think we pushed together all the time, and that was nice for me for the race because I'm a competitor and I like it. But that push all of our energy at the limit, I think. But that makes the moment of the rival better.
And psychologically and physically, was it harder the last time? What's the differences between this race this time and the last time for you?
Yeah, it was completely different, and I think if a guy like Jean Le Cam do a Vendée Globe for the fifth time, I think it's because every edition is different, and for sure for me it was completely different of last time. It was hardest about sports because the boats are more difficult. The condition on board. The boat is fastest, so the conditions on board are hard, and the level of sport is higher and higher. So I think that make a different race for sure.
What's next for you then? You want to move forward to 2028 with a program?
Wow, that's a good question. I need to reflect it a bit, to speak with our sponsor, with the team, what they want to do. But for sure, if I come back, I want to play the win. So I want to come back with a strong team, strong budget, and just dreaming of a win. So yeah, I just dream of that at the moment, and I will check it. I will say that to you in 1 month.
And looking forward in the meantime to a big welcome back to the Vendée.
Sorry?
You're looking forward to a big welcome back to the Vendée?
Oh yeah, sure. Because we are with Clarisse. We are probably the luckiest skippers because we have 2 arrivals, one in La Rochelle, and we can't wait to have another one because here is my town. So I live here every year, and I can't wait to come back here at home. In a few days.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
Well, there we go. Benjamin Dutreux expected back into Les Sables d'Olonne probably Friday or over the weekend, we think. But great respect for him, a sailor who's for the second successive race done a great result with an older boat. That's Benjamin Dutreux. Now a sailor who's finding the race a little bit harder, a little bit longer at 80 days is Fabrice Amadeo, and I caught up with him earlier on today.
I'm okay, I'm fine, but I have no wind for the moment, so I'm a little bit frustrated. As you can see, there is no wind, and it's difficult because after 80 days of Vendée Globe, it's very difficult to stay like this, and I want to sail back home.
And do you follow what's going on with the outside world, with politics and news and so on, or are you in your bubble?
Yeah, yes, with the satellite connection, I can follow what happened in the world. But I have to confess that at the beginning of Vendée Globe, I was following a lot what happened everywhere around the world, in USA and in Europe, and now I'm more disconnected. I follow a little bit football results, politics a little bit, what happened in USA, but maybe 5-10 minutes per day, not more.
Well, the rankings changed obviously a lot since we last did the live, but now we're waiting for Boris Herrmann coming in. He's about 75 miles ahead of Sam Davis. Alan Rura up to 15th. He is 600 odd miles behind Roman Atrazio, but he's leading that group and he's on course for 15th at the moment. Should have the quickest boat in that group. He's close, although, with Isabel Josh, but super close between them. 1738 for Alan, 1758 for Giancarlo Padotti, 1764 for Conrad Coleman, 1773. So Tanguy and Benjamin Ferry still quite close together, but Jean Le Cam in that group as well. Kojiro Shiraishi also doing quite well just now in 24th, further down the table. Ollie here and Jingkun Xu close together. They are 150 odd miles apart. And Denny van Veenberg, he is just over, let me see, 60, 70 miles behind Fabrice Amadeo, so Denise still going quite nicely in 34th. So races going on within the race all the way to the back with Fabrice and Denis van Veenberg. So Sam Manuard, do we need a new boat to win the next Vendée Globe if you're pitching to win?
I think so, but you're asking a designer, so obviously this is yeah, we learn every time some new things, and for sure, like the future boat will be slightly better, slightly more efficient than the actual one. So I would say yes, it's the safest bet is to use a new boat for the new Vendée Globe.
And what's your hopes for the next Vendée Globe in terms of your own designs? Do you have any new boats on the cards?
So actually, we haven't signed yet a new boat, but we are working on developing the next concept. So we are working as well as on the tools, as well as on the hull shapes and deck shapes. So on the tools, what we are trying to do is to match as good as possible what are the prediction programs, either VPP or simulator are giving, and what are the actual performance we can get from data analysis from the boat. So what we're trying is to minimize the gap between prediction and reality, between theory and reality, and the idea being that if we succeed in doing that, then it's a better chance to optimize a boat that will be efficient on the water and not only efficient on the computer, if you see what I mean.
Absolutely. So Sam, I wish you all the very best. Fingers crossed that you have a boat or many new boats in the next Vendée Globe. And thank you so much for joining us, Sam.
Thank you.
So there we go. That's all we have time for today on this Vendée Globe Live programme. As at 80 days into the race, expecting a Boris Herrmann in this evening. Sam Davis, about 60 miles behind, should be behind and coming in. Both we expect to come in probably to the channel probably tomorrow, but as ever, watch our social media all the time for the updates. It's a movable feast and everything can change on this Vendée Globe, as we've discovered in the last few days. So that's all we have time for today. Do join us once again tomorrow at the same time, 13:30 UTC, 14:30 here in France, in Les Sables d'Olonne. And we're leaving you with a nice little sunset from Benjamin Ferry.